Hello, this is Michael Hatsis, a.k.a. BangInclude. Hopefully you've checked out part 1 where we made the basic wobble sound. In part 2, we're going to stack and thicken that sound. I'm going to be using Operator for this video, but this stacking technique could be done with any instrument in live, whether it's a built-in live instrument like Simpler or a VST or audio unit plugin. So I think we have a pretty good basic wobble sound right now. My only problem with this sound is it's not quite thick enough. On all these recent tracks I hear this really big, fat, juicy wobble sound, and this one we have right here just doesn't cut it. So we're going to use instrument racks to stack up multiple operators, which will thicken the sound up. To make an instrument rack, I'm just going to right click the title bar of the operator and hit group. And now we have the same operators, just in an instrument rack. And I'm going to map a couple of these important controls like wobble speed and wobble amount to macros. So I'm going to map my wobble rate or my LFO rate, right click, map to macro 1, and LFO amount, right click, map to macro 2. So now these controls are not controlled by the macros. So we'll use these now to play with the wobble. So the next step is to actually stack the operators by duplicating them. So to stack them up, we have to show our chains, and we can see that right now we just have one chain with one operator. So let's just duplicate that. Now we have two of the same wobble sounds stacked up, which will play at the same time. All the controls are the same, and you'll notice that the duplicated operator automatically has its LFO speed and amount mapped to the same macros as the original operator. So if we turn one knob, we control the rate and amount on both operators. Very cool, very cool. Now, unfortunately right now, the only result this has is that it makes the whole thing louder, because we have two of the same thing, so all we're doing is just adding the signal. So let's take the second operator and change it around a little bit, make it different. If you remember earlier, we changed around the coarse knobs. And that changed the timbre greatly. And the higher harmonics in this operator with the lower harmonics in the previous operator gives us a nice sound that fills the whole frequency spectrum. And I think that works for me. Also, let's try changing the filter frequency a little bit to let some of those harmonics through. And we can also solo, so that's the duplicated change sound. Here's the original sound. We can also mix the two together. Maybe we want more of the original sound and less of the duplicated sound. Either way, the sound is definitely thicker now. Also note that you could stack up as many of these as you want. I'm just using 2 for the sake of time, but keep duplicating and stacking. Also try changing other controls on the different operators and see what you could come up with. Remember, the goal here is to have a really big wobble sound that fills up lots of frequency space in the track. Okay, so the last thing I want to do here is add some effects to the overall sound. And the effects are going to do 2 things. First, it's going to further thicken the sound, and second, it's going to tie the two sounds together. It'll kind of just like glue the two sounds together and make them sound like one. So I'm just going to fold up the operator by double clicking the title bar. And so now I have some room down here, and I'm going to go into my device browser, and I'm going to grab the Saturator. Just add a little saturation, little drive, nothing too crazy. Just want to add a little bit more grit. And again, the saturator will kind of help tie the two sounds together, make them sound like one. And I'm also going to add a slapback echo. And I'm going to use the filter delay for that. But I'm just going to use the one delay and leave it at 1/16th note for my delay time. I'm going to turn up my dry signal so that the original sound goes through at the same volume it comes in. I'm going to turn the feedback down as I just want a quick slapback. And we're going to turn my delay volume down so it's a bit more subtle. And last effect I'm going to toss in is a compressor. And I'm just going to switch my envelope to RMS. So we have a bit smoother of a compression envelope. And I'm just going to turn my release down a little bit to kind of give it a nice pumping effect. Try opto. And I'm actually just going to stick with RMS. And you can see here I'm just getting a little bit of gain reduction, nothing too crazy. Well, that's it. I hope you learned a bit from this video. Also be sure to check out dubspot.com for more production tutorials and tips. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself, become a part of our community, and make music.